Continuing where we left off in Chloe Birchhart's story, the intensity is rising. So anyways, please continue to listen and watch. Thank you. Barnaby helped Chloe up to her feet. I'm gonna need some lessons on tripping and falling. I think you'll get the hang of it, Barnaby said with a flirt in his tone. Oh my goodness. Dude, are you seriously doing that? Chloe said with disbelief. Doing what? Barnaby asked. You're flirting with me, aren't you? Oh, I see how this is. This date was a joke. You just want to get into me. Oh, please, no, please. I am not going to accept that. Me? Being flirted by a superhero? Oh, come on, I'm not trying to flirt with you. Yeah, you are. I bet you do this to the same other fangirls you have. Oh, man. That's what people are trying to do to you. They love you and they're obsessed with you, and they're not going to stop what they want until they get what they want. Chloe said, walking away. Barnaby looked at her. That's not true, he said. Chloe looked at her reflection in the water of the fountain. Yeah, it is, she said quietly. Suddenly she felt a warm hand on her shoulder and looked up to see Barnaby as he said, You're nothing like that, he said. This made Chloe blush, but she smiled too, touched by what he said. I know what it's like to live in those dark times. Believe me, I do. No, you don't. How would you know? I mean, I was desired to have vengeance, to avenge the death of my parents. But I couldn't help but wonder, was it worth it? Was it worth it to get my revenge? But I got over it. And I found a positive outlook on life. My heart was too cold for anything. But Kotetsu came and he changed all that. And he was the first friend that I made. I had no friends since I was about 4 years old. I know how you feel. I bet you never had a friend. Well, not really, not since I've met Rare and all of the rest. I have more than just one friend. I have a lot, but I still feel like sometimes people just want to use you and abuse you. Whether you enjoy it, like if you want to be used, or if you like the feeling of being abused. I have to say that's really masochistic, and I hate it. Chloe said, some depraved person just wants to dig something into your skin and then just choke you up until there's nothing left. And Chloe couldn't stand it, and she was crying. I'm sorry, I don't want to cry in front of you, but I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I just want things to be better for me. I really do. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt you. And also, I don't want to hurt myself. I'll be the one that gets hurt, physically or emotionally. And I don't want that. I really don't want that. It's so hard. And sometimes people they just want to hurt other people. Doesn't matter if they're carrying a weapon or hurting themselves with it. Is it wrong to kill people? To kill evil? To kill good? What's so great about that? I mean, what's so great about holding a gun into your hand? Some people think guns are cool, but to me, it's not. And I don't like using guns. I don't want to hurt anyone. Chloe said. However, a gentle hand took her by the shoulders, both hands did, and gently made her turn, and Barnaby looked at her. You wouldn't hurt me, and I wouldn't hurt you, he said. Please don't try anything. I mean, Chloe didn't know what to think, but then she felt hands wrapped around her, some sort of embrace, and Chloe couldn't help but take it in. She felt hot tears streaming down her face, and she cried even harder. Barnaby had to hold her close to his chest. He didn't care if his jacket was being stained with tears. Somehow, inside of this girl, kind of reminded him of himself. He'd been through hell before. Now it was his turn to be some sort of comforter for her. For this dark girl who was struggling so much inside. But that moment was interrupted by Kotetsu and Barrere, who was looking all over for the two, thus ending the date. Later on, it was just a memory. It was a beautiful moon out from the window. Barnaby was looking out the window of the beautiful moon and the stars that were shining. In the background of where he was sitting by the window, or perhaps standing and looking out at it, there was some sort of opera music being played. However, right there on the couch, this beautiful couch that he had, there lay the most prettiest girl with blonde hair, and she was wrapped in a blanket, all snuggled there. Chloe had been passed out and she hasn't woken up. Dark angel. Barnaby thought. He looked over at the unconscious body and said, So Chloe, do you like this music? This is what I do in my spare time. Listen to it. I actually like this kind of music. Intellectual snob, you call me. I wouldn't call you that. But I have to say, You're a dark angel, aren't you? He said to the unconscious girl softly. In his head, he thought of the memory of Chloe, who dropped her things and she was trying to pick them all up. Then there was a next sequence of Chloe sitting across from Barnaby, glaring at him. That black dress, those black tights, everything made sense. Barnaby couldn't help but look over at the girl, at Chloe's unconscious body, which she slept. This pretty boy, young man, could not help but reach over and touch to feel her soft skin. Looked over and saw something familiar on her neck. A bite mark. Where did she get that? He wondered. There was also another one on her wrist. What? She's been attacked before? Her lips looked so soft and so sweet. But her whole face, it was so waxen of being pale, it looked like she hasn't had any blush across her face. There she slept, so calmly, so peacefully, so beautiful. However, when the moonlight shone upon Chloe began to stir. She looked like she was going to wake up, but she didn't. Now, this was going to get pretty intense. I know who you are, Nyx. Once I find out more, I will expose you. Barnaby vowed to himself quietly. He will. Meanwhile, as Chloe slept, she had all these sequences in her head, and all of a sudden, she could hear someone in her mind speaking to her. My dear sweet child, please do not fret, for a servant to you will be recruited. Have patience and trust in this person. Okay. Oh boy. Sorry guys, I know that was pretty intense. So, anyways, thank you for listening and watching. I'll see you next time. Woo, I'm getting goosebumps. Anyways, yeah. I'm saying anyways like all the time. Yeah. See you next time. Bye-bye.